What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 62 of the Offshore Gamescast. I'm Dave.
I'm Dylan. This is getting you're really dropping the ball now. I feel like we've definitely done it just like that before.
Go back and listen.
Yes, listeners, go back and listen to every single episode.
We should make a supercut of all the intros and all the different ones.
The first season would be kind of boring because we were pretty just like vanilla then.
But you can. It's like a roller coaster. Then you get to the top and then you drop.
Oh, so like the same of all season one. It's just building that climb.
It's waiting.
And then pretty much once season 2 comes around, it's a drop.
Oh yeah, and then we go through a few spirals and everything.
And then when you reach the end, it goes backwards and it plays it all in reverse. And there's a secret message in there.
Ooh. Satan the devil, we are Satan the devil.
What song there was a song that did that, right?
I don't remember. Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, if you guys that are listening to this enjoy the show, please leave us a 5-star review. I know not every app lets you actually write a review. 5 stars on anything is great. A written review is even better if possible. Just like the Barber Who Games who left us a 5-star review. He says, as someone who doesn't really follow video game news, Offshore Gamescast is an excellent listen as hosts Dave and Dylan give great insight on the recent ongoings in the gaming industry. That's Bill from the Gaming Collecting Podcast, looking back at the games that shaped us. Go listen to their show. They have a good show. Also, Can't talk about it. Immortality. We have a review going up today, same day that this is being released, but the time that our episode is being released is before the embargo of the review. So I cannot actually talk about it on this episode. But unless you're listening to this between 5 and 8 a.m. EST, the review is up. Woo! Go check that out. I can't say anything else without the FBI showing up at my door.
And requiring a ham and egg sandwich.
I mean, hey, if I could just break the rules and all I have to do to get out of it is make a ham and egg sandwich.
But what if it sucks?
What sucks? The sandwich?
Yeah.
Is that like part of the qualifications that it has to be a good ham and egg sandwich or I'm arrested?
I mean, if it's a pretty bad ham and egg sandwich and you've already broken the rules, you're definitely not going to get anything special.
Do I get like a second try? Like what if I do it the first time and I'm like,
that's not fair. They're already letting you make them breakfast.
But what if like
no,
they don't specify how they want their eggs, so I scramble them, but they wanted them over easy.
They told you.
Maybe they didn't. It's the FBI. You never know.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't work, then in that moment you've done been had, and that's not the only moment you've done been had.
No, I've really done been had this week.
Oh yeah, you had some problems.
This is our Guess the Game segment. Go to guessthe.game. It is a website. It's basically Wordle with video game pictures. It is both of our favorite ones out of any of these. We compete every week. We see who gets the lowest score. It's like golf. The lower the score, the less amount of guesses you need, the better you do. We've been pretty neck and neck. This week, I got crushed. I struggled this week.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with August 23rd. We encourage you to play along with us. You could go back and play any days, which was a recently added feature. So you want to go back before listening to this, play through the 23rd to the 29th of August. See how you did. Compare it to us. Are you better than us? Probably not.
Are you better than Dylan?
Actually, probably. This week you're probably better than me. All right, so August 23rd was Dead by Daylight. That took me 4 tries.
That took me 2. Gotta use a little more intuition with some of these.
Oh, come on. August 24th was Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I missed it.
You squelched,
I
dude.
squelched.
That took me 3 tries. It shouldn't have taken that much, but as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is.
So once, like in the first few guesses, I thought it was Tomb Raider. And then once I saw Drake, I was like, okay, or Nathan Drake, right? Nathan Drake, yeah.
Yeah.
Once I saw Nathan Drake, I was like, okay, it's Uncharted, and then I managed to guess the wrong Uncharted games.
Uh huh. I remember that. It was very early on in the game, in the first one.
August 25th was Far Cry 3. I don't know how I got it at one try. I felt the vibes of it, took a shot in the dark, and I got it.
That one took me too. The first picture was just a hand, and I was like, "What?"
I don't know. I was just like, Far Cry maybe.
These next few, I had a good feeling, and I should have went with my gut.
August 26th was Dishonored. It took me 5 tries. I never played that first Dishonored, so I didn't really know. Like, I didn't recognize the characters or anything.
That one took me 2 tries. I played that game like 3 times. It's so good.
August 27th was Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I just completely
squelched.
Yeah, I squelched real bad on that one.
That was another one where I saw it and some part of me was like, this is familiar. And I wanted to guess this one. And I don't know what I guessed, but on the third one, I was like, all right, I'm just going to say fuck it and try it. And somehow it was right, even though I've never played it.
So I've also never played it. And when I got the hint of like Kojima and Platinum Games, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was a weird Metal Gear.
That's a thing. And then once I saw the name, I was like, right, that did happen.
Yep.
August 28th was Risk of Rain 2. I squelched again.
Oh yeah, you did.
I've never looked at Risk of Rain once in my life, so I didn't know.
The pictures that were given would have like told me nothing. It was just random background pictures, and then I saw the dude. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna throw it a shot in the dark, and it was right, which was cool.
August 29th, Roller Coaster Tycoon. That took me 4 tries.
I got lucky and somehow got that in 1. I was looking at that first picture and I was like, this just seems like one of those park games. So I just guessed Park Tycoon, and that's not an option. So I was like, whatever, Roller Coaster Tycoon. This looks like a park. Boom.
I was in the right ballpark. I Zoo Tycoon, I guessed at one point. I think I guessed like one of those sim games. Eventually I got there. Looked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that made the final score of me 35 and Dave 17.
Dylan done been had.
You more than halved my score.
Oh yeah.
So that was a rough week for me.
It's all right. There's a new week upon us now.
So does that make us completely even now, or are you up 1?
I want to say we'd be even.
It's either we're even or you're up 1. Someone go back and do the math.
Not me.
Not me either.
I got games to talk about.
Well, you got game to talk about.
Yeah, because I didn't touch fucking... I played the tiniest bit of Ghostwire Tokyo. Not even enough, because all I wanted to do was play Saints Row the second. Because the fucking game didn't even come to me until the day after because of a delivery problem.
Oh,
so I finally got it. I got it downloaded, and then the next morning I finally played it because it took so fucking long. But I don't know what everyone's been talking about. This game is good. This game is fun. Like, I feel like because of how classic Saints Row 3-esque it feels, people are just like, all right, this kind of sucks. It's not. It's great. It's just fun. It's just a fun old Saints Row game, and there's nothing special it needs to do. It feels like what it should be, and that it should be this reboot. So I've seen some people say that they want every Saints Row game to be a reboot from now on, but at the moment, I like these characters. I like the moments that they give you in the cutscenes that really bring them more than just like people that are sitting by your side throughout the whole story. Like, there are these nice little moments you guys are talking back and forth. There's like, you're bringing up stuff from their pasts and how that matters to them. And I feel like they do a decent job. I also haven't gotten any of the glitches that people have been saying that have been absolutely plaguing them. Apparently this has been a very buggy game, and I haven't really experienced that at all.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too. A lot of people saying like the bugs are really like they're enjoying it, but then the bugs are killing it for them. So
I think my game
good you're avoiding them.
And that was it. I just restarted the game and I was just back into it.
It was autosave good.
Oh yeah, I mean I save the game frequently. As of right now, I think I'm like 36% of the way through. I'm doing every single thing that I can,
Oh,
and
that's further than I would have thought.
oh yeah, I've done a whole bunch of the main missions, which have been fun. You get to unlock some really cool things through there, mainly being the business ventures, which you can put down sort of like Mafia 3-esque of like, hey, I want to take this. You get this portion of the map, but I'm going to take this venture and put it here. So like you can have a completely different map in a way setup of locations based on where you decide to put them from someone else, which I think is cool.
Can you like take
And
over the whole map?
yeah, I mean that's the whole point of Saints Row.
Okay.
You're building your gang up and you're taking over the territory. So once you put one of those ventures in, they have their own little missions attached that are each stylized. So you start off with Jim Rob, who's like the mechanic and like car guy. So you get him going,
Oh,
and
I'll get him going.
you get Jim Rob going. You go out and you steal cars for him and you bring him back, and building up his venture ends up bringing in more money that you get. And you have this cash app to which how many ventures you have, you make a certain amount of money per hour because you're just collecting in the sums. So if you complete more of the area surrounding that venture, being the missions for the venture, or like there's threats in the area, you got to take those out. There's oh, what else? There was something else to build it up to.
Is it one of those things where it's like the more you do in that part of the map, it's almost like a meter is being chipped away at or something?
Sort of, yeah. As you're getting rid of the threats, more people want to come in. As you're completing the business ventures, it's building up the place more. So you end up getting the max amount of money in. So I think at the moment I'm getting like a little over $100,000 in per hour.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Does it like visually change like in the world itself?
No. It doesn't like upgrade itself, but
okay,
like you
so
put
it's
the
not
building
like
there.
hey, there's a shitty gang over here, and as you start taking over, it becomes like your gang's like colors or something.
No, I mean like on the map itself, once you complete all the ventures, like all the missions for that one location, the whole section of the map turns purple.
Okay, but not like in the world itself.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'd assume you would just see more people walking around like NPCs covered in Saints clothes, if
Okay.
anything.
Got it.
The cool thing is, at the beginning of this game, you all, since it's a reboot, you all kind of start out doing your different things. Each of your friends is someone a part of the different gangs you end up going across. So you start off with the crazy military police contractor people, Marshall. Your other buddy, Nina, is in the Panteros, the gang, and Kev is in the Icons gang, and then you have Eli, who's just their friend. So at a point, all of them end up losing their jobs in the same day, and like end up coming together and being like, "Hey, why don't we do our own thing? We're the best at what we do." And that's where they go and decide to take over the church on 3rd Street and come up with the Saints. So it's like that whole beginning and like showing how much of a badass they are in taking over. And that's where the map
Do you just like roll into a church, start shooting up the place?
no, you kidnap the realtor and start going over jumps, driving in oncoming lanes, and drifting to scare him enough into giving you the deed.
Ah, okay.
In classic Saints Row fashion.
How is the humor like?
I think I like it. I think it's funny. It's not overly crazy like Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4, but there's still a lot of funny bits to it. And I like the story and the writing so far.
Okay, it's not like too over the top wacky.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's definitely still has a fun attitude and there's a lot of fun things to do, but it's not nearly like you're not running around with a dildo bat.
Okay,
Swinging it
good.
And stuff like that. There's a lot of cool things though, like through some of these ventures, like one of them is this like Eureka thing where they come up with ideas, and through those you can actually get some cool things. One of them being I got the hoverboard through it. That one was only 4 missions for the venture, and you have to go test the hoverboard, and afterwards you just kind of get it in your garage because you're the boss. They're like, he's like, I'm just gonna keep this. It's like, well, you're the boss. It's like, yeah. So I'm assuming I can go upgrade it and whatnot, but I can literally just hop on a hoverboard and use that as my vehicle to like go around.
That
And then
sounds like the coolest way to get around.
it's not the fastest, but it's pretty good and it's still fun.
Okay.
What I'm excited for is one of the vehicles later, which I'll get to, but I haven't acquired yet. But that one's really cool because you get a lot of awesome stuff. You get a cool weapon that kind of looks like a football that you throw it onto people and cars, and then a rocket on it takes off, so they just start shooting and flying around and then exploding in a firework. Lots of fun.
This sounds like fun. Does it actually like control well?
Oh, well, you don't like control them. You just kind of throw it to them. It sticks, and then whoosh, or like the game in general.
Yeah, I meant the game in general.
Yeah, I think the game feels fine. It's just like walking around, casual shooting. It's not like real crazy. The driving's still fun, drifting and everything. The wingsuit feels nice. I've only driven a helicopter so far, so I haven't gotten to the planes yet, which I'm really excited about. I did one of the wingsuit side missions. I've done a few of the raiding side missions, which those are really funny. You have to go to these places and they're gang associated. And if you give them anything below 5 stars, people will come to you and start like taking you out for the bad review. So for each star, it tells you like what you think about it. So what was it? I went to this one place, and as it's going down, it's like, oh, this place had too much butter on something. That's like this place down another star. It's like, oh, this person wouldn't stop singing this song while making my food. And then like the one star would be like, there was poop in my food. Like something stupid. Like it gets just real dumb, and usually poop focused towards the end because the 1 star is a poop emoji.
Okay,
but those are
I can get on
a
board
lot
with
of fun.
that.
I don't know, and the way it starts out though is that you are in the church and you are partying, and then someone ends up taking you out and dumping your body and burying you alive, and then it goes a few months earlier. So I'm curious to see what gets up to that point.
Oh, okay. They do the like kind of is that a flash forward? I don't know.
I think it's just like present day, and then you kind of go back, and the whole game's kind of like a flashback or something.
I know that this is not exactly like a crazy narrative game, but I don't like that storytelling. What's the word? Style. I don't like that as a method of storytelling, because whenever like a movie does that or anything, it's like it shows something and it's like a few months earlier. All I'm thinking is like, I know what's gonna happen. I know where this is going. Catch me up to that point so I could see stuff that I don't know.
It kind of makes sense for the Saint like this because you're watching the startup of the Saints. You're not just like a Saint like going into a new territory and whatnot. Like this is the beginning of the Saints in a way. So you kind of have to watch that build up to that point. Moving over to the other vehicles, I know for a fact this game has a VTOL in it, which is one of my favorite vehicles in Saints Row 3. It's the Hoverjet, and that thing is fast, and it is a lot of fun. So I'm excited to just fly around and do that. There's a shit ton of collectibles, and when it comes down to some of the collectibles and the church, you can kind of design it and put the collectibles around the map in the church kind of where you want them. There's different places on the walls and like pedestals and places to just like put different size collectibles. So out front, I have 2 big ones, and there was this one sculpture made of tires and rebar of a caterpillar, like up. So I took a picture of it on my phone, and then I went back to the church, and I was just able to like click Y on the pad and then just put it there. And I have a giant Jim Rob statue on the other side. So like when you're coming up to the church, I have the caterpillar or millipede or whatever, and then Jim Rob on the other side. And the inside I have just a bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch I haven't put places yet, but it's a fun way to just like design your own personal church.
Yeah, I am a big sucker for like that style of customization.
It makes you want to get the collectibles too, because the way you get those is by going around the icon, taking a picture of it, and then coming back and setting it up.
Yeah, so that would, totally. That's like all the encouragement I need to be like, okay, I'm going to go get all of these now.
Mm-hmm. Another one of my favorite things is that I smiled because classically the Saints Row game started off with you getting out of jail, which is a very nice touch.
Is that a Saints Row thing?
Definitely. I mean, Saints Row 1, I'm pretty sure. Definitely Saints Row 2. The first thing you do is you get out of jail, steal a car, and get off the island, and then go into the world. So, like, the first thing you're doing is getting out of jail, and it's cool.
All right.
I'm trying to think what else. I don't know how many hours I've put into it so far, but it's one of those games. Like, I know Saints Row games definitely with 3. I've played that a bunch. I've 100%ed it. I think I did the same thing with 4. Probably 2 as well back in the day. Like, these are just fun games to 100%, and they give you those, like, meters, like, when you hover over the map section. It's like, you have this many ventures, this many discoveries, this many threats, side quests, like, when you fill all those up, and then it just feels nice. It makes me want to complete that, so I definitely plan on 100%ing it.
Okay, so it's I mean, this game sounds fun from what you're saying. It
I'm
sounds like
really enjoying it.
sounds like it's not necessarily like earth shattering or like doing anything crazy new, but it just sounds like fun.
This is the most fun I've had with games, like, all year. Just like a classic fun experience. Nothing crazy, nothing trying to, like, be the new God of War or, like, doing something
Yeah.
crazy cinematic or graphically or whatever. I'm just trying to have fun. Like, these are the kind of games that I love. Like, when Maneater came out, oh my god, I 100% of that thing, got all the achievements. That was just a fun game. And that's what this is. I'm just having fun with it.
Games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah. I'm not trying to sit there and cry and hope it gets an Oscar. I just want to be like, that was fucking dope. I don't, like, this is cool.
Although sometimes games do make you cry. And they can be
That
fun.
they do.
They're not necessarily mutually exclusive.
Crying and karaoke.
Speaking of crying, I've been
And
playing
karaoke.
and karaoke. I've been playing more Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which has nothing to do with crying or karaoke. So if you want like the whole intro shebang to this, listen to last week, episode 61. I went pretty deep into it there. Just a quick update for this week. All the characters now. Remember, I said there was like the whole interlinking thing. I don't remember what they call it, but you join with another person. Well, now like everyone has their person from the other faction that they can link with. So it's like everyone has that now.
Okay.
I'm really liking it. I'm on chapter 3 out of 7 and only about 15 hours in.
These
Which
games are fucking long.
yeah, but since I'm on chapter 3 out of 7 and only like 15 hours in, I'm not halfway through chapter 3. I like just got to it.
Yeah.
That would put this game on pace for maybe like a 40-ish hour game,
Let's see.
makes me think the next few chapters are going to be a lot longer.
How long?
Because from what I understand, this is still like a 100-hour game. What, did you go to how long to beat?
Yeah. So, you know how it's when it's more in the blue, it's more accurate? Main story is only 57 and a half.
Wow.
Even main plus extras is 87 and a half.
Wow, look at you, Xenoblade.
Coming out with a short one to wrap up its drill.
Oh yeah, they're so connected to each other.
Yeah.
I really like the characters. They're all pretty likable, even the ones that are like your crew. There are a couple, there's always like a couple like jackasses.
Yeah.
They're not like hateable jackasses.
Mm-hmm.
They're just stubborn.
Okay.
I'm still getting new systems introduced. Like the when you interlink, there's like a heat meter now, which is when you do, it just like builds over time, but you can use arts at an unlimited pace. So you're just basically like trying to get out as many skills as possible.
Mm.
And there's these gem slot things now where you can just upgrade gems with resources, and each character can have one of those gems on them. So that's a thing.
Okay.
There is definitely a lot going on, but they have been introducing things at a pretty decent pace where I'm not overwhelmed by everything. I grasp a system and then it's like, okay, and here's this new thing. And it's like, oh, I see what's going on here. It just kind of like piles on top of each other, but it has not felt overwhelming.
That's good.
And it definitely feels more streamlined. Like it's more like, okay, now you're just going on to the next thing, and there is this kind of openish area to explore and like some people to talk to, but it's not it feels smaller than Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which had a lot of world to run around in and explore, and a lot of really annoying fetch quests.
How Long to Beat seems to think the same thing.
Which I did not have. I have not really had that yet in 3, and it has made it a better experience.
Game of the year.
So, no, probably won't be my game of the year unless it really blows me away in like the second half of the game. So other than that, it's just Immortality, which I've put a decent amount of hours into, and can't say anything else. Go watch the review. I'll talk about it on the show next week.
Good thing there was a big gaming festival that happened.
There was Gamescom opening night live happened. There was there's a lot. We got a decent amount. We're gonna break down and talk about. Well, we're not gonna break down every single game, but we're gonna talk about every single thing.
Yeah, starting off with Everywhere, which I feel like they've mentioned before or not, but I don't know what this is. It's a new world multiplayer MMO. It's they want it to like be crazy and big and grow over time. It's coming out next year apparently. The way they talked about it kind of made it sound like Dreams in a way.
Yeah, it was.
They showed this really nice happy thing, and then at the end this crazy cinematic graphically like dude, and it was just going crazy. It's like, what the fuck was going on here?
It was very confusing based on what they showed, like what the hell this actually is.
Mm-hmm.
I think and this is just based off the name Everywhere, I kind of got the vibe that it's just like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna kind of do everything. You can do everything everywhere. But okay. I don't really know what that means.
Is this the beginning of the Oasis? Like,
maybe.
That's what it sounds like.
After that was a pretty cool reveal.
Oh man, that trailer was awesome.
Yeah, we got Dune Awakening, and when I first started to see that it was like clearly Dune, I was like, they're gonna do one of those things where it's that cool cinematic trailer, and it's just for the RTS that won't have anything that looks like this.
Yep.
But then they announced at the end that it's it's a new game, Dune Awakening. It's an open world survival MMO, which I guess we'll see. We'll figure out more once they show more.
I would play a Doom MMO.
That
sounds awesome.
That definitely has potential.
Just at the end, him running off, just jump on the fucking worm. That's right. Awesome.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is a cool world, and can. It's funny how like that movie came out, just the first one, and now it's just like, all right, everything's Dune.
Yep.
Which I mean, Dave and I saw that in theaters together.
I read the book.
I didn't, but that was a good movie. I really liked it.
Yeah, I can't wait for part 2. The PlayStation thing they talked about was the most underwhelming thing ever. Jeff was like, "Oh, PlayStation, did you want to talk about something?" And they were like, "Yeah, I want to talk about something." And Jeff was like, "Oh, look what we got. We have a new DualSense Edge PS5 controller. Wow, it's customizable. Boo. Like, wow. That's what you give us?"
It was just like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, that PlayStation's version of that high end.
Just saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not surprising. It's like, oh, PlayStation made a high end controller.
I was hoping for like something God of War-esque. If it's coming out in November, give us something God of War.
I got bad news for you if you were looking forward to God of War at this event.
Nope.
After the whole PlayStation controller thing, they gave us some more Callisto Protocol, showed some more gameplay. Yeah, this game looks cool.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
They showed yet another like death in the environment, like when the cutscene that comes with it, and I am wondering like how many different death animations are actually in this game, because
they said they
like really
did
cool.
A bunch of work making a lot of different ones.
That almost makes me want to like purposely die.
Literally,
just to, like, see
there's
that.
Got to be some achievement that's like die 50 times or die every way possible.
Yeah, there's got to be. But yeah, this game, it looks very gory, gruesome, but very cool.
Oh, I'm so hyped. December 2nd?
Yeah, that sounds right. It's early December.
Afterwards, we had The Lords of the Fallen. It's like a new reboot sequel type thing in a way. It's a whole new game, and I was looking at it, I'm like, this seems kind of cool.
I never played Lords of the Fallen.
I barely played the original, but I mean, I'd be curious to see what the next crack at it would be.
Speaking of the next crack at it, Moving Out 2 is happening, a sequel to Moving Out coming in 2023. That it I know people really like that game. Doesn't really appeal to me all that much, but hey,
Yeah,
cool for the people that are into it.
there's just going to be more of those games.
Yeah.
We got to see some Hogwarts Legacy again, and unfortunately, though it was delayed, we got some more info. They're definitely going into Unforgivable Curses, 100% with Crucio. That's all we know at the moment, but that's very, very exciting because I'd love to know more about that kind of stuff. And they ended up showing off some of the digital deluxe edition content, including like a hippogriff mount, a thestral mount, some other dark magic stuff, and apparently 72-hour early access.
That's a pretty decent early access period.
Yeah, that's 3 whole days. That would be on the 7th instead of the 10th.
Yeah, that's 3 days is a decent amount of time.
Like, that's honestly tempting.
After that, you're gonna have more to say about this than I am, but we got a new Tales from the Borderlands, which was rumored to be there. It is coming October 21st, 2022, so not that far off. And then I don't know what these other words mean.
So, finally, after all these years going through the different companies, Tedior gets to be the bad guy for once, which I'd love to see how bad they fuck up being the bad guy. And we know for a fact that there are going to be sections on Promethea, which will be interesting because, especially with the first one, I swear I saw Reese, and especially on Promethea, I Atlas is going to be there too, so Reese is going to be there to like help attack. I'm very excited to see what happens and if we find anything about fucking Fiona.
Whoa, we find anything about fucking Fiona?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
After that, we got a Dying Light Bloody Ties DLC coming October 13th, 2022. I feel like they don't give out any other main story content besides like a few little things. They did this with the Bozak Horde. It's like another arena type thing. I wonder if they might do a Dying Light the following and just release a huge expansion again with it. But I don't think I really care about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have not played Dying Light 2. I don't know if or when I'm gonna actually get around to that.
It's been really hard for me.
After that, they showed off Tortuga, a pirate's tale. It was like a pirate RTS type. Well, I don't know if it was RTS. It was never like a strategy. Like they showed grid shit happening.
God, I couldn't care.
Yeah, not for me. It seems like pirates. Pirates are kind of having a thing right now.
Apparently.
All sorts of pirates.
We got that multiplayer game Marauders coming out in early access in October 22nd. I feel like I remember hearing about this game, but never paid enough attention to it. It just seemed too multiplayer-esque to like it would die off very fast.
Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of it, and that we're both. It's not like that we're against multiplayer. We definitely have had our phone multiplayer games, but we lean more towards those single player games.
We're there for the credits.
That's it. We're just there for the credits. In fact, we buy games, go to the menu option that says like play credits, and then that's it.
God, and I've cried.
After that, they showed Destiny 2 Lightfall. If you're into Destiny 2, you know exactly what that means.
Oh yeah, I mean their whole content roadmap. The Sonic Frontiers, though, that was a cool trailer. That got me excited for it. That'll be coming out November 8th. I'm much more interested in it now.
The game looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for this one. I'm probably the most excited for Sonic I've been in a long time.
I feel like most people are.
Yeah, so like it's never too late for Sonic. It's one of those where it's like each game is so separate that they could put out years of bad games, but if they come out with one good one, like that's all it needs.
Yeah, which is what they do.
Yep. After that was Under the Waves. I did not realize until right now looking at this that this was made by Quantic Dream.
Yeah, in
Uh,
partnership.
it is a narrative underwater game coming in 2023. It did look cool. Like it's not a lot to look at with it, but Quantic Dream tied to it makes it seem like, yeah, it's gonna be one of those like very narrative heavy games, and I'm on board with that.
Yeah. Next up, we got some more Goat Simulator 3. It is what it is. That'll be coming out November 17th.
After that was more Return to Monkey Island. Again, one of those things that if you're interested in this, you already know about it. That is coming September 19th, 2022.
Next up was kind of interesting, Moonbreaker. It's a new turn-based sci-fi strategy game by the Subnautica people. It is a miniatures game, like a digital miniatures game, and you
Yeah.
can even go into the painting and into the lore of it. They got Brandon Sanderson to work on that, which that's cool. He's just working on video games left and right now.
When I
Um,
saw that they started with Brandon Sanderson, and I knew it was going to be like the Subnautica people, I was like, okay. And then I
mhm.
saw the game, and I was like, oh, that's not what I was expecting.
A lot of people are going to have fun with that. Uh, the miniature painting with how much detail you can go into it.
Yeah, that I actually found like really cool. Like that's a very cool aspect to something like that, and the the people that are really into that will have fun with it.
That'll be coming out early access on September 29th.
After that, they show Friends versus Friends. It was a card based first person shooter. I had a lot of trouble like following this trailer.
There was a lot going on. It feels like Project 1v1, sort of, what Gearbox is working on that still hasn't come out.
I don't know if it's something with the art style, but it was like it was happening. I was just like, I can't follow this. This is like way too overwhelming for me right now.
Mm-hmm. The next one, Lies of P, I remember them talking about this and seeing the logo, but I didn't really know what it was. A Pinocchio Dark Souls?
Yeah,
I want it. That out of all the
it
Dark
looks
Souls
really
games, that
cool.
one looked really cool. And that's coming out in 2023. It looks so dope.
There's potential. Did they say? I don't remember if they confirmed there. I think they did that it's going to be on a Game Pass, right? Liza P, like day one Game
Possibly.
Pass. I'm pretty sure they said it was.
And then at the end, just seeing Geppetto being like, "There you are." Like, I'm Geppetto. Like, what?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's cool.
After that was Stranded: Alien Dawn, which just a quick like cinematic trailer. It's coming out in early access October of this year. It seems like it's going to be one of those like kind of open world civilization survival type deal. So we'll get more info on that soon, I'm sure, but I don't know, wasn't too inspiring to me.
After was Atlas Fallen, coming out in 2023. That one looked pretty cool. A little action adventure
Yeah, it
game with
did.
some awesome sand sliding as like the
Mm-hmm.
traversal. Like you got me with the sand sliding.
Yeah, like a cool traversal method like that is kind of all I need to instantly be like, oh, this is cool. I want this.
Oh yeah.
Uh, after that was Homeworld 3 again, 2023. That's happening.
Genshin Impact. I don't even know. I don't care. I don't care.
Yep, they showed Genshin Impact and they showed Honkai is Honkai, I don't know.
Honkai
Star Rail,
Star Rail.
which is the same people that make Genshin Impact make that series. So it's kind of like if you're in tune with all of that, you just know.
We got some more High on Life. This game looks hysterical. Everything they show about it
Yeah.
just looks like it gets better and better, and I'm so excited for it. And there's such crazy there's movies in it and all this other stuff.
Yeah. There's a Paul Walker movie in it.
Really, damn.
Yeah. From the 90s. I don't think it was like a good movie or anything, but
I mean,
it's like
apparently
a
they're doing
sci-fi
like
movie with
a
Paul Walker.
mystery science theater type deal where they're kind of talking over movies and like making fun of them. I want it so bad. I cannot wait for December 13th.
Yeah, the humor is really it's working for me. Like the back and forth in the boss fight, like it works. After that, we kind of got like a montage and showed some Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, which kind of is popping up at like every one of these events, showing more of it. So
Yeah.
it's happening still.
Hard Space Shipbreaker. It's a new space salvage sim coming out September 20th. It looked interesting, but I feel like I wouldn't do too much with it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt with like a lot of these games that were shown here.
Yeah.
They showed like kind of a Game Pass montage after that, but then The Expanse Telltale got another look at that coming summer 2023. You're more the Expanse boy.
Oh, I'm so
You,
excited. Looking more into Drummer and the shit that goes on there. I want more Expanse. I hope it keeps growing.
yeah, I gotta watch the show.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. It's coming early 2023 from the Friday the 13th people. Another one of those multiplayer horror games.
Yeah, that one. Not the IP I would have expected, but interesting nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I saw it because I've been seeing them pop up again recently, and it just I'm not too surprised. I think it's cool. I feel like not enough people know about it.
Yeah, it's not the style of game I would want, but whatever.
Yeah.
Scars Above was after that. It's that they've shown this a couple of times. I think it looks really cool. You're a scientist going on to this other planet, moon type deal. Close to Earth. I don't remember exact details of the story situation, but it's like a third person shooter. I remember when they showed gameplay. I want to say it was at maybe the Game Awards or something last year. It was kind of hard to tell if it was gonna be like a difficult game or not, but either way, this game looks cool. I want to see more of it.
Oh yeah. After that was Word Song. Every person who's worked on a giant good RPG just kind of came together and was just like, "Hey, let's do a fantasy RPG together."
It's the Avengers of RPGs.
But I'm down. I'll take a good fantasy one.
Sure. After that, they showed Age of Empires 4 with Ottomans and I don't know what was that, Malians? I don't Malayans. What is that?
I don't know.
You wrote this. I don't know what this is. It's coming October 25th. I'm not
Malians,
into Age of
maybe?
Empires. I don't know. I don't know what you wrote.
We got a little more Gotham Knights. It actually is getting a earlier release date of October 21st. So that's cool.
Yeah, that game looks cool. Where Winds Meet was after that from Everstone Studio. Yeah, this game, at least visually, looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of hard to tell like if it actually plays well, but visually, like the jumping in the air, the shooting the bow, and like all the barrels, like it all looked very pretty, very cool. Definitely gave off like Dark Souls vibes, so we'll see what that's like, but it looks cool.
It definitely looks interesting. Not nearly as much as what Jeff ended up hyping up with Kojima. Fucking all it was is Kojima's got a new podcast called Brain Structure coming September 8th. Okay.
Listen to us over Kojima.
Yeah.
Park Beyond was after that, which is it's that they've shown it before. It has like the wacky old dude and it's a crazy park sim thing. If you're into those park builders type deals and then like you can actually ride the roller coasters afterwards, this is going to be right up your alley because it seems like a pretty good one of those, at least from what they've shown.
Yeah. I sneezed.
Whoa.
They showed off a Mini Coupe project that is like gaming centric.
Yeah.
So it's like a Pokemon themed Mini Coupe.
I was very confused by this.
So was I, but like whatever.
Is it self-driving?
I don't think so. It's just electric and it projects movies.
But then they had like a whole game screen in like the middle of like where your radio would normally be. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, what are you gonna drive around and play that? That's I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Are they going to come out with a Borderlands one or a Bioshock one?
You're gonna get a new car if they do.
Maybe.
Warhammer 40k Dark Tide again showed up. November 30th, 2022 is when that comes out. More Dark Tide.
Blacktail is coming this winter. I'm excited. It's a bow and arrow RPG. I love any game that uses a bow and arrow.
Yeah, those twin sister type deal.
Yeah. It's very magic focused, and it seems to be a morality system, possibly, which that's always fun.
Yeah, they didn't actually like specify, but they were like, "Are you going to be like the good witch or the bad witch?" type deal. Which I like. I like those types of games.
Mm-hmm.
After that was Phantom Hellcat. That game looked cool. That had a cool style to it.
Definitely very interesting.
Yeah, very flashy, like sword fighting type game. Go watch a trailer. It looks very cool.
Oh yeah. After that, Crossfire X. We got Babylon coming August 23rd.
Oh, I'm glad that landed on you.
Fuck, dude. So dumb. Dumb.
Whoa, hey, come on.
Fuck that
you
game.
You love Crossfire X.
Gross.
Dwarf Romantic was after that, September 29th on Nintendo Switch. Again, these really like top-down grid-based kind of like strategical games are really, there's a lot of them now.
Oh yeah. Outlast Trials came out next. It's going to have early access from October 28th to November 1st. I don't really care about Outlast.
Yeah, it's not my jam either, but people like those games. So after that, they showed the finals, which is it's a multiplayer shooter. Jeff was like, we're gonna show actual gameplay, and it was like a split second of people running down an alley, and that was it. So that's happening. It didn't look very original or inspiring.
To finish off the show, Dead Island 2 is officially back. Brand new trailer. I couldn't even tell what it was at first. Got a new release date, February 3rd. I love going to their Twitter and be like, you guys going to talk about it? When we're ready to talk about it, we'll talk about it. That's all they've been saying for years. And I'm excited. I don't care. People are like, this looks like Dying Light. I'm like, yeah, because that's what they did originally. They did Dead Island.
Yeah, isn't that kind of the whole thing? It's a first-person weapon, like melee weapon-based zombie game. Like,
yeah, but it's supposed to be like the more fun version. It's like the Saints Row of like, zombie games. Like, yeah, just let it be fun. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much exactly the vibe I got from it.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, that caps off Gamescom opening night live. Dave, we gave it grades.
I gave it a C+.
I gave it a C-.
I think it still had some fun stuff.
It did. No, it definitely had some fun stuff. It was just most of it felt boring to me.
Yeah.
Like that, especially towards the end, I was getting kind of like, oh my God, is this like, this isn't done yet? This is still going on. Like nothing was actually exciting me that much. Honestly, I think the coolest thing I saw was Liza P.
It looks great.
All right. Let's move on to the rest of the news, including a Pentiment release date of November 15th, 2022. That's that Obsidian game.
I'm excited for it. I want to play it.
Yeah, it has an interesting art style, I'm sure. I mean, it's Obsidian, so it's going to be on Game Pass, I'd imagine.
And in early 2023, we got the release window for the PSVR 2.
Yeah, early 2023.
Another thing that no one wants to spend money on, but
are you going to get one?
Money on it. Not when it comes out. Definitely won't have the money for it, but God, I'm curious. It has some good games, it looks.
Yeah, the games look cool, and then I just remind myself of how much I'm not using VR right at the moment, so...
Yeah, same with me.
We also got a release date for the Dark Pictures, The Devil in Me of November 18th, 2022. This is their Season 1 finale, whatever that may mean. I don't know if that just means that there's going to be like a longer break now between these games, because they've been coming out like every year. So,
oh, yeah. I mean, they have it planned so far in advance.
We'll see what a season 1 finale actually means.
Yeah. Super exciting, and also to be expected. I had a feeling they were working on a new Mafia game. It's been officially confirmed by Hangar 13. I like the work that they did on Mafia 3 and on the remake of Mafia 1, especially that Mafia 1. That was a really fun classic video game. It's still a few years away, but I will always play a new Mafia.
Yeah, that I didn't play the Mafia 1 remake. I just never got around to it, but I still want to. And Mafia
It's
3
good.
was just kind of
It's straight
Mafia
up
3
mission to
didn't do it for
mission to
me.
mission to mission to mission. It's just classic and fun.
That sounds like a classic game.
Oh yeah.
All right. Did Amazon acquire EA? Was the question of the week.
Yeah. That news that bomb dropped and I freaked out, and then it said it wasn't going to happen, and then it might happen, and what?
Yeah, so this. All right, here's the timeline. Kirk McKeon from USA Today reported Amazon is acquiring EA. It's happening. They're buying EA. Which that wouldn't be the most shocking thing because it's been out for a while that EA is looking to like merge or be bought, and of course Amazon would be one of the front runners in that.
Yeah, to which if
CNBC,
they did, that would have been a crazy acquisition. Amazon's first big game company.
That's CNBC, a dude that does stock shit, was on TV and was just like, no, that's not true. I see the stocks moving all around. I know people that would know about this, and they're all like, no, it's not happening. Since then, USA Today retracted their statement, and Kirk McKeon he went out on Twitter saying like, hey, maybe I could be wrong. Looks like he maybe has some bad info, but then he did do the whole like, I could be wrong, or it could be happening, just not right now. Which kind of,
cool
I don't know. He's kind of playing both sides of the field. I do think people tend to overreact. Like, hey, yeah, it was a bad report. Seems like he had some bad info. I don't think you got to like attack the guy over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like there was some bad info there. Maybe. We'll see. I'm still expecting EA to be acquired at some point. It's just a matter of who.
Ubisoft buys EA. Amazon buys Ubisoft.
So we had it right the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. That was kind of it for news. Other than Gamescom happening, it feels like it was kind of a light news week.
Yeah, Gamescom was the brunt of it.
Pretty much.
So, any notable game releases?
There is. Coming out today is Immortality.
Can you tell me more about it?
Nope.
What?
I cannot.
Impossible.
But if you're listening to this after the first 3 hours of this episode coming out, which you probably are, you can go check out a review on YouTube. I got a review up. It covers everything you need to know without going into spoilers. That is coming August 30th, 2022 on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and mobile.
Woo, woo, woo.
Have you played any of the Sam Barlow games?
What else does he come out with?
Let me look it up. I don't remember the name of the games. They're all FMV games.
Probably not, but
Telling Lies and Her Story.
I've heard of Telling Lies because that one has the Marshall Green dude in it. The dude from
I don't know who that is.
He's the fucking dude from Upgrade.
Like the main guy?
Yeah.
Interesting. He also, I didn't realize Sam Barlow also worked on the 2 British Silent Hill games. So Silent Hill Origins and Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too, apparently.
So Immortality is his new game. That's it. It's out now. Go watch our review.
And go play Guess the Game.
Yeah, go play Guess the Game. Tweet at us at Offshore GC. Let us know your results. You can let us know every day.
Nailed it.
Nailed it?
Yeah, I just did the Guess the Game again because I did it on my phone. Now I'm doing it on the laptop, so I got it right twice.
Oh, so you're cheating.
Yeah. I'm using my intellect to cheat.
As long as you admit it, what can we do about it?
Nothing. I'm a winner.
Thanks for joining us this week, everyone.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for listening to Offshore Gamescast episode 62. I'm
What?
Dave.
No.
And I'm Dylan.
No.
Signing off.
The outro is supposed to be way less that. We're loosey-goosey at this point. We're off our rockers.
Yeah, but we gotta do new stuff. We gotta keep up with the fans.
I don't even know what that means.
They're oscillating.
Wow. We are doing this way earlier in the day now.
We are.
So I guess we're a little less loopy.
We are. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I am going to get up this review for Immortality that I still have a lot of work to do on.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Nothing like deadlines.
Deadlines, live lines, grounded lines, color inside the lines.
I watched Good Will Hunting yesterday.
Why would you do that? It's
That's an excellent movie.
Close to 9/11.
What? What does that have to do with 9/11?
I don't know. It's coming up.
It's not even in the same city.
Well, when your wife farts.
You seen Good Will Hunting?
Once.
I love that movie. It's good.
It's a good movie.
It does it for me. It hits me in the feels.
Like.
All right, was that loopy enough for an outro?
I don't know. Woo. We got the loopy gene.
See you next week.
Whoa.